Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Gebo the Shaman, and today we are talking about what happens when we have Ketu placed in the 4th house in your birth chart. So what happens when Ketu is in the 4th house? Now, as you may know, Ketu is also called the the south node of the moon. So Rahu would be the north node, Ketu would be the south node. Alright, so we'll talk about what Ketu means and all that stuff. So before we begin, I am just like to let you guys know that I am a Vedic astrologer. I do have a bunch of products, courses, and services on sale right now, so you can get like 2 courses for half the price of one. It's all great deals, so you can check that out down below at gebotheshaman.com. All my bundle sales, all my courses, services, products, everything I have to offer. Alright, so what is Ketu in the 4th house? So in order to understand this better, we need to understand what Ketu means. Then we'll talk about what the 4th house means. We put them together and we create our own analysis from that. So what is Ketu? Ketu is the planet that wants to take us out of this material world. He says, yeah, I've been there, I've done that, that was no fun, so let's, I've learned my lessons, I've paid my karma, I've learned my lessons, and let's go on to the next life, spirituality, things like that. So Ketu is all about spirituality. And so Ketu is also he is like, people who have Ketu will feel like unfulfilled. So they'll feel like, yeah, I've been there, done that, but it never fulfilled me. So Ketu, your Ketu placement is very important. So, as well as your Rahu placement. So Ketu, remember, in order to understand Ketu, we need to understand Rahu. So Rahu is the head of the body, and Rahu is the severed head, and Ketu is the detached body that has no identity, no personality, none of that, like, it just has no desire to be in the physical world at all. Alright, so Rahu is the head, and Rahu says, I am feeling unfulfilled, so I want to go into the Maya, into the illusion, into the material world, and I want to enjoy it. I want to consume it. I want to indulge myself and indulge in, material pleasures. Ketu's like, yeah, I've been there, done that, and it's old, it's boring, I've learned what I needed to, and I'm just not interested anymore. So Ketu is disinterest, it's isolation, it's wanting to go to the Himalayas and be a monk sitting on the mountaintop and just enjoying meditation and spirituality, and you got nothing to prove to anybody. You are the meditative master. So this is what Ketu wants to do. So Ketu in the 4th house. So what is Ketu? So Ketu is, sorry, I just talked about what Ketu was. So what is the 4th house? Well, so we know what Ketu is. Let's talk about what the 4th house is. So 4th house is the house of your relationship with your mother. The fourth house is your home, your family life, your sanctuary, your privacy, your emotions, the things that we keep in us, that we might display a tough exterior, but we have all these emotions going on the inside. That is the fourth house. So the emotions, it's our feelings, it's our relationship with our mother, things like that. So fourth house is also nurturing, it's also very loving, it's that motherly energy. So this also has to do with your home life and private life, things like that. As opposed to the 10th house, so the fourth house is opposite to the 10th house, which is your public life. So, and your public reputation and things like that. So we're not talking about the 10th house, we're talking about the 4th house. So this is your private life, your deepest emotions and things like that. Things that you might not share with everybody, but with a select few, you can. Alright, so what happens when we have Ketu here in the 4th house? Well, that would mean that, like, it's a very difficult placement, honestly. Like, Ketu in the 4th house is one of the tougher placements, as well as Ketu in the 2nd house. The 2nd house is the nurturing, the nourishment, the love that you got from your mother. That's the 2nd house. That kind of forms your identity, almost. And then the 4th house is your actual relationship with your mother. So this means that your mother will be very detached. You could actually not know who your mother is. It's very like sad and harsh. Like, honestly, it's one of the most difficult placements. So this, with this, you can. It's almost like you don't know your mother. Like, you're either detached from her, estranged from her. Like, she might have left you at an adoption place, or you might have been adopted, or you might have just not have had that good emotional connection with your mother. So in childhood there wasn't really that, like, even if you did have your mother, so Ketu indicates a separation from the mother. So you might not have grown up with the mother. She may have died early in your life. She may have put you up for adoption. There's several reasons why you could be detached and estranged from your mother and just not have any connection with her. However, on a deeper level, on a more emotional level, this is like you don't know how to mother yourself. You don't know how to love yourself, how to parent yourself, how to give yourself, care for your own needs. It's like that's something that you need to learn. Ketu in the 4th house. 4th house being the house of emotions means that Ketu, there's like this detachment from your emotions. So if you're not actively like meditating and doing spiritual practices, qigong, kundalini yoga, things like that, if you're not actively doing those things, then it can be it can be very hard for you to tap into your emotions, and you might do things like avoid them. You might, instead of taking care of your home life, you might just be a workaholic instead, to avoid the emotions, avoid other people, other family members, and things like that. So this also, 4th house is also your family, and your home life. So this shows a disconnection or separation from your home life, from your family. So there might be, it might be where you just work all the time and you're disconnected from your family. And so, because when you have Ketu in the 4th house, that would mean Rahu is in your 10th house, which would mean workaholism and striving for public reputation, social status, fame, things like that. And just maybe even just a higher rank at your work, like a higher position or something like that. So this can breed workaholism in people. It's very difficult. So instead of pursuing what Rahu wants to do, we take it back and we work on meditating, work on doing spiritual practices, mantras, meditations, focusing on the emotions and things like that. So it is, it's a pretty hard placement, but Ketu is there to provide you a challenge. Ketu is there to give you something to work towards or work on. Because when we meditate and when we become more in touch with our emotions, then we can fully accept ourselves and integrate ourselves. So that way we don't have to run away from our emotions. We don't have to run away from our home life. We don't have to run to work to get away from our emotions. We can just sit with them where we are, and we can be home when we do that. We can be it anywhere. So yeah, that's Ketu in the 4th house. So a good remedy is meditation. Anything, if you're having any problems with Ketu, meditate, do yoga, do qigong, do breathing exercises, you can do qigong, breathing exercises, meditations, all kinds of stuff. There's no limit to what you can do, like to help yourself and see what works for you, see what feels good to you. So with Ketu in the 4th, there's this big separation from our emotions. It's like it's almost like we don't want to face them. It can be too scary. It can be too dysregulating. So remember, Ketu is the body. It's the nervous system. So when we tap into our emotions, they might be very dysregulated at first. They might be very, very intense. So, however, I liken this to a fire hose. If we have tons of pressure built up over our lifespan. if we're finally letting this out now, it's coming out to a tiny point in our life, and it's just shooting out, and it can be very overwhelming for us. However, if we continue to let that out, let the emotions out, over time, it's just going to be just like a stream of water instead of like that bursting fire hose. So this is what keeping in touch with your emotions can do if you do it regularly. Alright, so Ketu in the 4th house. Definitely meditate, definitely do Qigong, definitely do yoga. There's a bunch of things that you can do. So anyway, let's see. So I guess that does it for me to wrap up the video. So if you're interested in anything that I have to offer, any courses, products, services, anything, you can go ahead and check it out. Everything out at GeboTheShaman.com. You can go there and check out all of the stuff. So I have my astrology certification course available now that basically walks you through and talks you through step A through step Z of like how I do my full and complete astrology reading. So it like has a self-paced video course, and it combines like that with a PDF document. So you'll have a PDF template and PDF instruction manual and things like that. So it makes it very easy. I couldn't make it any easier if I tried to. So it's very, very easy course if you're looking to become an astrologer. And not only that, when you pass my test, my certification exam, I'll give you your very own website to become a Vedic astrologer. So you can take that business as far as you want to go with it. So it's very cool, very exciting, very, just an exciting new way to make an income, and you can make it a side business, you can make it a full-time business, whatever you want to do. And then we have the Vedic astrology readings. So I do my Vedic astrology readings. I do my standard reading as well as readings where I focus specifically on your career and your relationships and things like that. I also do my birth time rectifications. So if you're interested in getting an exact birth time, if you don't know your exact birth time, then it's helpful to get a birth time rectification, which will, like it says, rectify your birth time. It will. It does take a lot of experience and knowledge about the subject, so you have to kind of be an expert like me in order to do birth time rectification. However, that's something that I offer for a, it's more expensive than the astrology readings because it takes me a lot of time to actually do the birth time rectification. However, I do guarantee that it'll be accurate too within the span of 1 minute. So that is something that not a lot of astrologers offer. And not a lot of astrologers can even do birth time rectification. Not a lot of astrologers even want to do that. So it's it's one of those things where it's like, they don't want to do it. So I'm trying to I'm willing to do it. So anyway, let's see here. Then we have the Qigong courses. So I have my Cosmic Qigong here and the Self-Transformation Challenge here. So this combines Kundalini Yoga with meditation, with Qigong, and with the energy of the heart center. So you can see me doing some Kundalini Yoga right there. And then we have this course. This is Cosmic Qigong which is basically just a beginner's level course in Qigong, and that is very helpful. I've had a lot of good reviews on that one, and it's been very helpful to people, so I'm really happy to see that it's helping people. So then we have the distance energy healing, where I combine Qigong with shamanic healing with Reiki to send you some healing energy, and yeah, it's very powerful, very very good for clearing up those emotions that are stored in our body. So if you are a Ketu in the 4th house person, this would definitely help you. Alright, and then we have the career coaching and the life coaching. So if you're interested in that, check that out at my website, gebothishaman.com. And the career coaching is great because a lot of people don't know what they're supposed to do in life. A lot of people are kind of wandering around aimlessly and without any passion or purpose or path in life, and they're just kind of wandering around aimlessly. So if you don't want to be that person who is wandering around in life from dead-end job to dead-end job aimlessly, then I would highly recommend getting a career consultation, because that will tell you what you need to do in this life. That'll tell you what your passions are, what your purpose is, and things like that. And I don't tell you, oh yes, I see through my third eye that you're supposed to be doing this. No, I walk you through a guided meditation, and we figure that out together. So it's been very healing, very helpful, and very motivating for a lot of my clients. And then we have the ritual magic courses and shamanic ritual magic courses, and the what am I trying to say? The emotional awareness course. So if you want to tap into those emotions and uncover them and make it a little bit less unmanageable, so a little bit more manageable and less stressful, to have the emotions that you've been repressing and suppressing all your life, the emotional awareness course is very helpful for that. So, alright, so that's that. So that's pretty much all I have to say for today, guys. So if you're interested in anything that I have to offer, you can go to my website, gebothishaman.com, and check it out. And then we have, you can also, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, like the video, do the thing, and all that good stuff. So, alright, so with that, we will talk to you later. Peace. Have a good one, guys.